So we're here with Bizz today, Drift Pro Championship.
Yep.
Introduce yourself and how are you getting on?
Yeah, so I'm Ian Bizz Phillips, 37-year-old drifter. Been doing it for some time now, started in 2008. And yeah, having an absolute blast today. Cadwell is awesome.
So you just done qualifying.
Yep.
How did that go for you?
Qualifying today, maybe not as good as yesterday. Had a bit of a rough first lap. You know, we were out queued up for a long time and sometimes I get in my own head a little bit. But yeah, second lap, it was a little bit notchy, but yeah, we put a good line in and I'm happy with that. And we'll be in the show this afternoon, I think.
Ace. And obviously your car, 350Z.
Yep.
LS swap. Yeah. Yep. So how did it, you know, what was the story with it?
So I first started off drifting in my Skyline R33, put the V8 in that after a couple of years and winning the semi-pro championship in 2010. The V8 started to really kind of feel like it was trying to pull itself free of the car, so we thought, right, let's move that one on, we'll keep the drivetrain, you know, following FD, you know, with the big V8s and power and stuff, and then we went for a newer chassis and built this ground up as a professional drift car. Stitch welded the whole frame before we did anything, and then caged it and went on from there. So it's all self-built. Cage and exhaust system been done by Jason Clark, but pretty much everything else you see here is being fabricated by myself and my team.
Wow.
So
what sort of power are you running?
So 690 horsepower at the moment and about 770 pounds of torque. Wow. So yeah, she's an absolute flying machine. You know, the Magnuson Supercharger dropped on top. That's what's just elevated our power levels. Yes, awesome. Thank you very much. Yeah, and she loves to pop flames, which we all love. So.
How did you get into drifting? What's your backstory?
So yeah, drifting, obviously, like we all do, we all see it on TV and stuff like that. And a friend of mine at work, he knew an organiser of an event. He said, "Hey, Biz, do you want to come along?" And I thought, yeah, I'd love to see it firsthand. And from that moment, I was hooked. Like a lot of people, I think, here today at Cadwell, when they hear the noise, see the smoke, and get the smell of the rubber, man, yeah, it's fantastic. You know, the competition for these events is really for us. You know, we're just here to put on a show for everyone, and I think that we're doing that. You know, we've got some fantastic drivers. And yeah, like I said, from that moment I was hooked and been paying the bank balance ever since.
So yeah, Drift Pro Championship, is this your second year?
Second year, yeah. So we were lucky to get an invite to the first one, had a great time with that as well, learnt a lot about my own driving and a lot about the car because we're on bigger, faster circuits and stuff like that now. So yeah, it's nice to have Cadwell at the beginning, just to kind of, you know, it's a little bit more technical and stuff, so we get to learn a lot more about the car again, but yeah.
Change the course this year from Gooseneck through the woods.
Precisely, yes, it's the undulations and stuff on that piece of the track is just crazy, you know, the car loads up in such a different way than we've been used to, but yeah, obviously when we get to Brands and Donington and Snetterton, that'll be where we're like top of fourth gear, just trying to go as fast as we can, and then when there's two cars on circuit, twinning at that speed is just exhilarating. And
interested to hear like your thoughts on drifting in the UK compared to like drifting in America. Like what can we do to raise the profile of drifting in the UK? Like, you know, Formula Drift and stuff in America's massive.
It is, it's huge. And I think I found, like, even with sort of some of the sponsors and stuff like that, trying to take drifting to the next level, we're trying to move away from the old days of the battered old cars in the Tesco's car park or whatever like that. You know, we are now building bespoke cars in UK and Europe and stuff like that, you know, which the Japanese and the Americans have been doing for some time. And I like to say that, you know, especially with these guys here, we're showing that we're capable of doing so as well. Yeah, and I think that's, you know, working with the MSA, that helps us get to the next level.
Yeah. And it's great to have you as part of Tegiwa Racing.
Yeah, it's awesome to be part of it, and I really appreciate the support of you guys, and yeah, it's going to be a good season, I think.
And what would you say to any young people that wanted to get into drifting or motorsport in general? Like, what's your advice with that?
Well, drifting is getting better and better. You know, I have a professional coach, PH Drift, and they do everything from like very early beginners, you know, guys that can't even drive. You know, you can take them out in cars and show them what it's all about, and they'll do all the way through to professional coaching. And I think that it's important that people understand that you don't know everything. It's also not an admittance of weakness. You need someone to help watch and, you know, help you develop. And a lot of these, all the guys here will have spotters, and it's important to have that feedback, because you think you might be doing a great job in the car, but you might be miles off clipping points and stuff like that.
Be open and
yeah, precisely. Yeah. Obviously, you get the keyboard warriors and stuff like that. You put those guys to the side, and then yeah, you listen to your team, you listen to your coach and stuff like that, and it's perfect. So I'd always recommend that to anyone.
And what's your day job? How do you pay for this?
Well, I'm an engineer by trade, diesel engine engineer, and I've been doing that for the last 16 years. And it's really good because I get to apply my knowledge from that job into this one. You know, like learning how to route the cooling system and get rid of you know, air and bubbles and stuff in that, and make sure that I'm keeping as cool as possible. But also learning to weld and stuff. You know, I've done all that, everything on here. I did my first ever piece of MIG welding on the back of this car.
Nice.
And since then, I worked with Artec Welding, and I've learned to aluminium weld, and you know, and again, it's all in that kind of essence of trying to get the car as light as possible. So you learn new skills.
Very rewarding as well, seeing it, you know, here in front of all the fans and stuff.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's your creation, you're driving it. Yeah, and socials, where can people find you?
Socials, yeah, you got Bizz Drift on YouTube and on Instagram, and then you got Ian Bizz Phillips on Facebook, my page there as well.
Cool. And finally, what's your favourite takeaway?
Favourite takeaway? Oh man, yeah, I've got to go with a good Indian biryani. Can't go wrong with a biryani.
Nice. Cool. I think that wraps it up. So cheers, Bizz.
Cheers.